Hello everyone, and I'm trying to record again. It's been a long time since my last video. I've just been busy. My computer's messing up. I'm gonna have to get a new one. The plugin for my headset is messing up, and I can't fix it. And I was gonna get it repaired. It's gonna cost like fucking $600 to get repaired. Which this computer I'm using costs 500. So I could just buy a fucking new one at that rate and just put this one up and have it on the very backup computer if I absolutely have to have one. But I'm gonna talk about some Unturned stuff and what I think about it. So this is about, I think, 4 updates ago. Binoculars, that's a good item to have. Binoculars are always nice to have. Then there's no real downside to it. Night vision, again, there is no real downside to it. Vision key, default in, no downside. Corn, that's gonna be very good because that's gonna expand the farming, expand the amount of food we have. So it's gonna be a nice. It's gonna be nice. Not plants. I'm a bit confused by this. Prove items can only have a large radius when dropped from item or death, not plant, etc. Does it mean like when I drop an item? I'm just confused. Improved roof, stair, and ramp placement to not be blocked by ramps above them. I think I know what this means, and I did this in, I believe, 2.0, where my building had ramps on top of each other. It's like first floor you have to go up a ramp, and then there's a ramp above that, and it just kept going up like that. There was always this little problem with the ramps in 2.0 where there would be this little bit that hangs too far down. Now, unless you were just like spamming jump, you would never notice it. But since I look for stuff, I noticed that it does hang down slightly, and you can see it through the roof. But it wasn't. I don't feel it was really game breaking. So improved ladder placement to align more closer to walls and rotate with the normal. With the normal. All right. Yes, he really typed that. Improved barricade, structure networking, and support for to support more building. All right. Increased player-related sync rate. Okay. Removed radius and offset from structures. And that's just some fixes. The canteens. Uh, I like canteens. I think that's a good update. Then we got all these seeds and such. That's neat. Quality fuel cans. That's something. I don't think that's a big downside. I think that's unique to it. At health regeneration near full hunger and thirst, improved with the vitality skill. This is something I've been wanting to see actually, because the only two games I know would be this game and standalone. Those are the only two I can think of that have this type of regen. Added damage proportional to speed when crashing vehicles. I also agree with that. Ability to damage barricades, crops, and resources by crashing into them. I assume with a car or truck. That's also good. Beep noise when talking night vision. I'm not against it. Added hardness or replacement for the experienced boost. I didn't really have go through and look at boosts. A temporary flat grass map. All right. Crossbow. What do I think of the crossbow in the previous games? Well, there was a crossbow in 2.0, but before Steam, there was a crossbow. I fucking hated it. Well, I mean, I kind of liked it. Why? Because it was OP as fuck. I'm not kidding you. It was overpowered. How was it OP, you ask? Well, first off, I think it was a one-shot kill, or is damn near close. It was the bullets were insta hit essentially, if I remember correctly. There was no travel time. There was, which is the insta hit, and there was no bullet drop. There was also, I think, infinite range on it, which I could be wrong about that, but I strictly remember being sniping with it and getting kills. Like even with armor, it would take out almost all your health. And there was a glitch where you could have this quote unquote hacked crossbow. I can't remember the glitch. It has something to do with holding down like the T button, removing the magazine manually, and it'll drop a bunch of arrows on the ground, which you can then put into the magazine. I remember it now. You would actually have an empty crossbow. You'd have 2 arrows in your inventory. You would hold down T or whatever your attachment button was. You would click on the magazine, drop it. It would drop the arrows in the magazine, which should be 2. If I remember this correctly, it wouldn't consume the arrows in your inventory, so you could keep stacking them. I remember I got a crossbow with about 10,000 arrows in it. That's one clip. That's not like in my backpack. That was in the magazine. I had 10,000 shots, which I fucked up the word, but I had 10,000 shots of crossbow. It was so ridiculously OP. And then there was like it had the recoil obviously, which was kind of strange for a crossbow. But I hope it's not in this one because that was ridiculous. The question is, will this weapon actually spawn on the map? Because the only thing I've seen is hatchets and fire axes and pocket knives and the Colt. The only thing I've seen spawn out of everything, which is kind of ridiculous as nothing else is spawning. Bunch of arrows and the compound bow. Will this spawn as well? That's the question. Approved line of flat grass map. Do you like the Canada lighting? I disagree with the fist range. Fists are already overpowered. They do a lot of damage for being something you always have, and they're ridiculous. They cause bleeding for fuck's sake. It's it's like talking from a realistic term. Fists shouldn't do much. Now, actually, they do a good bit against a human because of all the organs and the trauma and such. But they would do a good amount of damage, honestly. But they don't cause bleeding. Now, if they would, it would be internal bleeding that you can't fix. Secondly, talking from balance, this is overpowered. This is arguably better than some of the weapons you can get. It's like I would prefer using my fists until I find like a fire axe or something. Because they're not that good against zombies, but they're damn good against a player. Because I just punch them a few times, run away, let them bleed out. There you go. You just killed them. So fists do not need a buff. They needed some nerfs. Several of them. Lower damage, lower range, don't cause bleeding, stuff like that. Decrease damage versus barricade structures to 1. Like that's reasonable. That's what it should be in my opinion. And then the torches, the campfire, rebind technical / light key, the option to disable Olympic boost to throw items further. Oh, cool. Add confirmations to his. Okay, good. Decrease accuracy of crafted bows when aiming. Alright. Alright. Hipfire. Decrease boost cost until skills are balanced. Move the attack position on the crossbow so it doesn't shine through itself. Alright, well, there's really nothing else to talk about, it seems. Thanks for watching. I'll try and make more videos as much as I can.